things to get the development certificate, the device ID, and the app ID. First of all, the development certificate is just a certificate that will tell your Mac or the Xcode that you are an iOS developer and you have the right to run the application on the device and to upload it to the App Store. The second one is the device ID, which is telling that my device, that this iPhone, for example, is mine as a developer, and I have the right to run the application on this specific device. And the last one, the app ID, is just telling that this application should run on this device since I'm an iOS developer, and that's it for the 3 steps. So let's just go and start with them. So we're gonna do first the development certificate. We have to do these 5 steps. You don't care for them, just apply what I'm doing, and this is it. Now go to your browser. I have Safari over here. Go to developer.apple.com. Meanwhile, go to your applications folder. It's located over here, and scroll down till you reach the utilities folder. Press on that and choose keychain access. Now you'll get this one. So over the left you have certificates. Make sure it is empty and press on preferences, choose certificates, and make these options, turn them off, both of them, and then get out of this window so you can continue with keychain access. Okay, so now go to your keychain access and choose this one, the certificate assistant, and over here request a certificate from a certificate authority. Press on this option. Okay, and make sure that nothing is selected over here so you could get this option right. So now over here we have the email address, which is the same as the iOS developer account email address. Make sure it is the same and choose any username for you, just your real name. I'm gonna choose mine, and okay, and then save it to disk and tick the final one, just check it and press on continue. Now save it on the desktop. I want to save it on the desktop so you can see it. I enlarged the desktop items. Make sure it is a 20848 and an RSA algorithm. Continue, and that's it. You'll get it on your desktop, and as you can notice, okay, press on done, and now you have it on your desktop, as you can see. Now go to your iOS Dev Center in your developer.apple.com website. Okay, so go and log in with your credentials. I assume that you have the paid developer account. So just type in your username and password for this. And then you can hit sign in. Okay, over the right here we have iOS provisioning portal. Press on this one. To the left we have certificates. Press on this. And now under development we have to request a certificate. Scroll down a little bit and choose the file, which is the one we've just created and placed on the desktop. So choose it and submit it. Now it is pending issuance, and for now click here to download. Now we have to download this WWDR, so just click on that and it's in my download folder. I'm gonna open it. So it is Apple WWDR.ca. Just double click on it and it will be installed over here. Now refresh the page. Okay, and now you can see that we can download it. We can download my name over here, download it, and it's also downloaded into your downloads folder. I'm gonna open it so you can see it, and it's over here, developer identity. Also double click on this one, it will be placed over here as you can notice, and these steps are done. So we've created this development certificate right now and it's ready to be used. So now we just want to tell that I have, let's say, an iPhone, and this iPhone is the one I want to run the application on. Now each device, iDevice, has a unique ID, which is like a serial number, and we can get it from Xcode or from iTunes when we plug in our device. So I'm gonna show you how to do it. Then we will add this, we will copy it and paste it somewhere else so we can use it. Okay, so plug in your device and go to Xcode. Just go to Xcode and choose Windows Organizer over here. So we have this organizer. I've plugged in my iPhone, and this identifier is the UDID. Just Command C, copy it. Going back to this provisioning profile, and now we can choose devices over here. So we are now under devices, add devices, and as you can see I have to give it a name. I'll call it Danny's iPhone. Enter a device ID, Command V, which is pasting this ID. Now I'll submit it, and you will get over here, you can see I have my Danny's iPhone with this ID. So this step is also done. Now the third step is the app ID. I'm gonna do one thing. Usually we create an ID for each app we want. So instead I'm gonna do one thing, which is creating an app ID with a wildcard. In other words, I'm gonna do one app ID which can run any application I want to create later on. So to do this, we are now on our provisioning portal. Go to your app IDs and new app ID. Now we have to enter a few things. First of all, we have to enter a description. This is just a name. I'm gonna call it Danny's applications. Now use team ID, just keep it as it is, and for the bundle identifier it's common to use com.domainname.appname. So here's the trick. I'm gonna type in com.danny.star. Okay, and then hit submit. So I've got an error. I have to enter an alphabet, so I'm gonna keep it like Danny applications. So of course you will not get all of these. Instead you will just get this one, Danny applications. So let's see what we've done so far. We've created a certificate, a device ID, and an app ID. So what's the next step? The next step is the provisioning profile. Now Apple defines the provisioning profile as follows. A provisioning profile is a collection of digital entities that uniquely ties developers and... Okay, thank you. So, a provisioning profile is a collection of digital entities that uniquely ties developers and devices to an authorized iOS development team and enables the device to be used for testing. Now, I prefer visuals instead of just writing words, so this is my definition. I'm telling Xcode, hey Xcode, I'm a developer, I'm an iOS developer, and here's my signature. Now, let me or allow me to run my application that I have just created on my iPhone. This is what a provisioning profile is. So we are actually going to create some kind of file, then download it, and install it so we are able to run the app on the device. So we have to create the profile and then install it. So we are now in our provisioning profile. Go to provisioning and under development, new profile. Now we are gonna create a new profile. What should the name be? Anything you want. My applications. The certificate is this one that we have already created. The app ID is, it would be just Danny applications, the one we have just created, and of course you will not get any of these. So the device is Danny's iPhone, which has just been chosen. So now this is a provisioning profile. I'm gonna submit it and it's pending, so just refresh the page and you'll be able to download it. It will be just ready for you, so you can download it. Hit on download. Okay, so I'm gonna open my downloads folder and here it is. It is my applications.mobile provision. So just drag it on top of your Xcode and just leave it like this. It will be directly installed, automatically installed without you doing anything. So now we have our profile over here and we're almost done. So I'm gonna create a new project right now and show you how I will be able to run this one on the device. So I'm gonna close this one and minimize this one. Now it's time for the last thing to do, which is the code signing, the bundle, and choosing your device. Okay, so go to your Xcode, create a new project. I'm gonna call it, of course you use a single view application, I'm gonna call it testing app for the iPhone. Okay, using storyboard and ARC. One more thing, you see this company identifier, make sure it is the same one you've just entered when you were creating the app ID. So I'm gonna show you where it is located. When you were trying to create the app ID, I told you to enter com.yourname or your domain name dot asterisk. Actually here it is com.danny. So this one should be the same as this one, the company identifier. And now you can name your product anything you want. Anything. So just press on next and create it. I create it on my desktop. Now that was the most important thing, the bundle identifier, which should be the same as the one created on the app ID. Now we just have to do one more thing, which is going to your targets over here, testing app, and then going to the build settings. Now scroll a little bit down till you see code signing. Here is the part where we sign this application to be able to run on the device. So under debug, any iOS SDK, press on this one and choose iPhone developer, and that's it. So we've chosen, we've signed our application, and if you already have an application and you want to modify the bundle name so it can fit the one we've just created, info, and as you can see we have over here something related to the bundle, which is the bundle identifier over here. Double click on this one and you can modify com dot whatever it is. Just change this one so it can fit the created one. Now that's all for the process, and As you can see, I have iPhone over here. I'm gonna go to the storyboard, just add a label so you can anything so you can know that the application is now running. I'm gonna type in hello. I'm gonna use a bigger font, and I think I'm gonna change the default desktop wallpaper to any ugly color so you can see the difference. So now I'm gonna just make sure that it is iPhone selected over here, the iPhone's name, and press on run. So I'm gonna share my webcam so you can see. Okay, hello. So here's my iPhone, and now it is running the application. Now this may take some time because it's installing the provisioning profile over the device, so it may take some time, few seconds. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we have to wait more. Okay, here it is. Hello, running on my iPhone, not the simulator. So